Picture this. It's Monday morning, the alarm rings, and you're faced with the prospect of another long week ahead. Each tick of the clock is a reminder of the relentless march of time, as the days blur into a haze of deadlines, commitments, and responsibilities. The stress mounts, the anxiety bubbles, and the longing for a different, better way to navigate the labyrinth of life grows stronger. In this whirlwind of existence, we often find ourselves yearning for a compass, a guide, a philosophy that can anchor us amidst the turbulence. Imagine if there was a way to face the daily grind head-on with calm, resilience, and equanimity, a way to transform the mundane into the meaningful. Enter Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, yet timeless in its wisdom. A philosophy that teaches us that while we cannot control the world around us, we can control our reaction to it. Mondays are tough for everyone, but what if there was a way to make it easier, to find tranquility amidst the chaos? Enter Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that offers a unique perspective on our modern problems. This fascinating school of thought has its roots in Athens, Greece, in the early 3rd century BC. It was founded by Zeno of Citium, who taught his pupils from a porch, or stoa, hence the name Stoicism. Stoicism is a philosophy of personal ethics, grounded in logic and its views on the natural world. It encourages us to maintain equanimity in the face of life's highs and lows, promising a sense of tranquility and freedom from suffering through virtue, wisdom, and self-control. One of the key principles of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control. Essentially, it tells us that some things are within our control while others are not. What's within our control? Our own actions, beliefs, judgments, desires, and goals. What's not? Everything else, the actions of others, the passing of time, the weather, and so on. This might sound simplistic, but it's a powerful tool for navigating life. Too often we exhaust ourselves mentally and emotionally over things we cannot control, leading to stress, anxiety, and frustration. On the other hand, we often neglect the areas where we do have power, where our actions and attitudes can make a real difference. Stoicism teaches us to invert this. It encourages us to accept the things we can't change with grace and equanimity, while focusing our energy on the areas we can influence. Imagine the freedom and peace that comes from no longer being upset by traffic, or the weather, or the opinions of others. Instead, imagine investing that energy into personal growth, into building stronger relationships, into contributing to your community. Stoicism doesn't promise an easy life, but it offers a pathway to inner peace and resilience. It's a practical philosophy grounded in the realities of everyday life. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. But how does this translate to our daily lives? Let's find out in the next scene. Let's go back to that Monday morning. How would a Stoic approach it? Imagine the alarm clock buzzes. It's Monday, and you're confronted with the same dread, the same problems, the same traffic. But what if you were a Stoic? How would that change your outlook? First, a Stoic would approach the day with an acceptance of what is, understanding that the alarm clock, the traffic, the pile of work, these are all things beyond their control. They are simply facts of life, neither good nor bad, they just are. Then there's the Stoic practice of focusing on responses rather than situations. So instead of getting frustrated about the traffic, a Stoic would use that time to reflect, to plan, to listen to a podcast or an audiobook. They would recognize that traffic is inevitable, but their reaction to it is within their control. Similarly, instead of dreading the pile of work waiting at the office, a Stoic would break it down into manageable tasks. They would focus on one task at a time, giving their undivided attention to each task rather than worrying about the whole pile. What about that difficult boss or that annoying colleague? A Stoic would understand that they cannot control others' behavior, only their own response. They would choose not to let others' actions disturb their peace of mind. Instead, they would treat every interaction as a chance to practice patience and understanding. In essence, a Stoic would transform every moment, every challenge, into an opportunity for growth, for learning, for practicing virtue. They would approach life not as a series of problems to be solved, but as a journey of self-discovery and self-improvement. So we've changed our perspective, we've accepted the things we can't control. But how does this lead to success and happiness? Well, stay tuned as we delve deeper into the power of Stoicism in the next segment. Success and happiness, two things we all strive for. But what do they mean in the Stoic philosophy? In the realm of Stoicism, success isn't defined by the size of your bank account or the prestige of your job title. Rather, it's measured by the strength of your character, the integrity of your actions, and the tranquility of your mind. This perspective shifts the focus from external achievements, which are often out of our control, to internal values that we can cultivate regardless of our circumstances. Happiness, too, is seen through a different lens. Stoics believe that true happiness is achieved not through the pursuit of pleasure, but through the pursuit of virtue. It's about striving to be the best version of yourself, to act with wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation in all aspects of life. This might not sound like the typical definition of fun, but it's a kind of happiness that is deep, enduring, and within everyone's reach. The beauty of the Stoic approach to success and happiness is that it liberates us from the stress of chasing after fleeting and often elusive goals. Instead of constantly striving for more money, more recognition, more pleasure, we find contentment in the here and now, in the simple act of living in accordance with our values. But don't mistake Stoicism for passivity. Stoics are not indifferent to the world around them. They engage fully with life, but they do so with a sense of detachment, understanding that things can change in an instant and that it's how we respond to these changes that truly matters. Stoicism encourages us to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, to accept what we cannot change, and to focus our energy on what we can control, our thoughts, our actions, our reactions. It's a philosophy that empowers us to live with purpose, resilience, and serenity, no matter what life throws our way. Stoicism doesn't promise an easy life, but it does offer a way to find peace and contentment in any situation. And isn't that a form of success and happiness worth striving for?